Adam Schiff, he's a fucking scumbag.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk a doubter, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Courageous. They come after me all the time. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, they call me a criminal, they call me a traitor. Their MAGA minions online come after me to try to intimidate me, to create fear. I'll tell you my response. My response to that is screw you and the horse you rode in on. I hope that is your response too. We must not give in to this climate of fear. We are Americans. If our troops can face the bullets and the missiles and the dangers of combat, then sure enough, we can be courageous at home.
Now let's talk about that for a minute. Just a minute. This Adam Schiff, this worn out congressman, senator, he's the most corrupt man going out there. He reads too many comic books. Like I said, he's a delusional man-child that reads too many comic books, takes the plot of the comic books. Hold on a second. I have a phone call. Hello, phone call. Hello. Hello, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm at the pet store, but it's near that restaurant. Do you want a hamburger?
Yeah, I'll take a hamburger.
Do you want it with the fries?
No, please keep the fries.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right. You gotta call up Bobby. He wants to know if you want a hamburger with fries. With or without, doesn't matter, but wants to know if you want anything to eat. So anyway, back to the story about Adam Schiff. Everything you just saw is I'm leaving it in there, going on YouTube, because Adam Schiff is a dysfunctional trailer park whore and a man-child that reads too many comic books, takes the plot from the comic books and applies it to Donald Trump, and accuses Donald Trump of whatever the arch-villain he's reading about in the comic books is doing. And that's Adam Schiff for you. He's a total ass clown. He's a turd clown. He belongs in the gutter. He belongs in the ocean with the fishes. He belongs in a Faces of Death video. And that's what kind of character Adam Schiff is. This is a person who is forfeiting his right to claim that he even deserves to breathe and live. And I don't see this man lasting too long in the Senate. I see California following New York. New York is going to wake up before California does. That is for sure. New York is definitely going to wake up before Illinois and California for sure. And New York will turn red. I will not have to move out of New York to escape from the radical blue-head liberalism that's fast fading in New York. There will be a red New York in my lifetime, and I will bask in it, be proud of it. Who knows? I might even start booking hip hop showcases again. But, until then, you got to deal with people like Chuck Schumer in New York, Adam Schiff in California, and these people are sons of bitches that want to put their hand in your pocket and call you garbage for supporting Donald Trump. These are the characters out there, and Donald Trump won by popular vote because he's more popular. He's more snappy popular than Kamala Harris. And notice I still call her Kamala Harris, not Kamala Harris, because she's the name fits. She's a Kamala, and this is what we got to deal with. And you can't stay home when there's local elections. You can't just only vote once every 4 years for the president. You gotta vote every year. Vote for your mayors. Vote for your senators. Vote for your state senators. Vote for your people in Congress. And because the congressional elections in your district, those are more important. Those are more important than even some of the gubernatorial elections, depending on your state, because that's your voice in Washington. You want somebody who is the most like yourself representing you in Washington. That's why I'm so glad they realigned the districts, and that my congresswoman is now Nicole Maliotakis, because if I had to deal with Jerry Nadler as my congressman, I would be running against him for sure. In fact, I'm even contemplating temporarily moving out of my district into his district just so I could run against him. But it all depends on what Mikey Zembluskis decides to do in 2 years. If I was Mike Zembluskis, I would keep running against him and running against him and running against him. Same thing with Tina Forte versus AOC. If I were her, I'd keep running against her, running against her, running against her. Make it a career to run against her as long as she is in office. As long as people keep voting for her, keep running against her until finally somebody wakes up and says, hey, I'm going to vote for this person because my whole life is shit because of my incumbent congresswoman. We're going to try somebody else. We're going to try a different congresswoman. And if enough people do that, we'll have the right people in Congress. And that's very important to do that. And it's very important to vote against people like Adam Schiff. And they're all over the country. As I mentioned, we got Chuck Schumer here in New York. We had Kirsten Gillibrand here in New York. I personally think that Mike S. didn't want the job. Mike Sapricone, I don't think he wanted the job because he would have campaigned much harder, and he wouldn't have said, well, I'm not really MAGA. You don't do that. You just say, I'm on the same page with Donald Trump, and you could take that any way you want. If you don't want to be on the same page with Donald Trump, that's going to be a loss for you as a Republican, because it's not possible these days to call yourself a self-respecting Republican that is not on the Trump train. The Republican Party has been redefined and rearranged in a good way. This is the future of my Republican Party that I like. I want to see people like Donald Trump in power. I want to see people like J.D. Vance taking the reins when it's time for Donald Trump to step down. And you've got sickos like Robert De Niro and Chuck Schumer who say that come January 20th, 2029, regardless of who's elected president. Because obviously Donald Trump could only serve one term, but you got sickos that believe that Donald Trump is going to be dragged out kicking and screaming. So, in other words, if there's an election, let's say they put J.D. Pritzker from Illinois up against J.D. Vance, and J.D. Vance wins. Okay, Donald Trump's going to get dragged out kicking and screaming come January 20th the following year. Are you serious? I mean, that sounds sick. And you have people that believe that. You have people that believe that Donald Trump has zero respect for veterans and wants to knife Social Security to death. That Donald Trump wants to stab Social Security to death and has zero respect for veterans and has secretly turned the reins of kingship over to Elon Musk, and that he is a BDSM submissive to Vladimir Putin. You have people that aren't saying this to be sarcastic. They're going through life believing this. You know, and that's fake, and what's reality is the Democratic Party is the party of blue wigs, smoking crack, smoking crystal methamphetamine, sniffing poppers, telling 16-year-old boys that they're girls, and fisting men, and being the men that get fisted. That's what your Democratic Party is about. Oh, and having big, brutish men with 5 o'clock shadows pouncing girls in the face with volleyballs, disabling them for life, and winning trophies even from biological females who tie with them in swimming competitions. And that's what your Democratic Party is about. It's about some sick shit about that's what it is. It's all about the sickest shit you could dream of. Bestiality, Diddy freak-off parties, Epstein Island. This is your Democrats for you. Can you see why it's not illogical to assume that there is no such thing as a liberal cat? Your favorite animals are not liberal, okay? And the coolest music you've ever heard in your life wasn't made by liberals. And the most kick-ass action heroes you've seen in the movies are not liberals, okay? Not Chuck Norris, not Clint Eastwood, not Sylvester Stallone. And my father knew Burt Reynolds personally, not Burt Reynolds either, I could assure you. And so, there you have it. And what is the left? The left is people like Adam Schiff, corrupt scumbags that should be thanking a God they don't believe in, that we know is there, that he's even alive. Okay? This is a person that doesn't belong on the Senate floor. This is a person that belongs in jail. In jail. He is a scumbag with a hard-on for Donald Trump. And there's no other way I could put it. And the sooner he's in jail, the better. Because that, my friends, will be true justice for the American people. And maybe then he could acknowledge God's existence and repent. But until then, respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, follow and share my content, tell all your friends about me, and everything I said about the Democrats. Stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in your building, hardcore, fierce and sexy host, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, MC Tutor. Till next time, my friends.